Hey everyone, Neil Thompson here, founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. And as always, remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Every little bit helps. I want to talk today about being persuasive when giving a technical presentation. And here are some tips on how to do that. First one is to be as prepared as possible. And that might be rather obvious, but I think it still bears noting. Being prepared just means that you are anticipating the questions that people in the audience are going to ask. And a great way to be able to anticipate those questions is to solicit feedback from people before the actual presentation. I had to give presentations, for instance, in front of in front of decision makers, the C-suite level people on a monthly basis back when I worked as an engineer. So I'd often go to their administrative assistants and ask them what type of questions do you think they would have during my presentation? And I would get some very excellent insights from these admins. And so when they asked questions, I was way more prepared to answer them. And when you're prepared, you'll appear to be more persuasive because you're appearing knowledgeable. I mean, you're answering their questions. You got answers to my questions? Okay, I actually believe what you're saying. So that's the first one. The second one has to do with filler words. So many people believe that overuse of these filler words shows that you really don't know what you're talking about. So it's really important to try to minimize those filler words as much as possible. And a great way to do that is to video yourself giving presentations, and you're able to go back and look at the video and hear how many filler words you used. And then for the next time, you use less of them. And then the next time after that, hopefully less than that. But without videoing yourself, you're leaving it up to your memory to remember how many of those words you used. And that's really difficult to do, at least for me. I have a really poor memory. But if you have the video, you're able to pinpoint exactly how many you used. And now you have a baseline to improve from. So that's the second one, minimizing the filler words. And then this third one has to do with you not knowing the answer to a question. I mentioned in the first point that you should be prepared as possible. But there's always going to be instances where someone asks you a question and you may not know the answer. Don't be afraid to say that you don't know the answer. And the reason you do that is the person may very well think, this person is confident enough to say that they don't know. Okay, this person is trustworthy. I'm going to go along with what they say. As opposed to trying to make something up and potentially being called out for it by somebody else who's more in the know. And then you've lost all trust with the people that you're talking to. This person's a liar. I'm not going to believe anything he says or he or she says. So those are the three tips that I would offer in being more persuasive when giving a technical presentation. The first one is to be as prepared as possible, and if at all possible, getting feedback from others before the presentations to get some insights as to what kind of questions you're going to get. The second one is to minimize fillers, because oftentimes people view people that use a lot of fillers as not knowing what they're talking about. And then the third one is to admit when you don't know the answer to a question. It shows that you're confident enough to admit that. And if you're confident enough to admit that, then you're likely more trustworthy than someone who's willing to make something up. Hopefully that's been helpful. Again, my name is Neil Thompson, founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. You can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. And as always, remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Every bit helps. Until next time, take care.